What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sold Out. And on today's episode, you can see what we have here in our hands. It is the PG6. Now, I'll take you back to the PG3. I played in the PG3. I love the PG3, the way it fit. I just really enjoyed playing in the PG3. I missed the 4, played in the 5. I love the PG5. The materials were lacking a little bit. I really wasn't a big fan of the materials, but the traction was A1, and I loved the comfort. The Zoom Strobel in that was phenomenal, similar to the Zion ones behind us. But for the PG6, there's something new. It's Nike React. So let's hop right into this review. Okay, as always, we are gonna work our way from the top down to the bottom, down to the traction. So starting off, let's get rid of one of these shoes, put it off to the side. Heel slipping comfort was phenomenal. It was like the perfect amount of padding. It wasn't too much, it wasn't nothing crazy plush. It was perfect. It was very nice. I like this back here, very flexible. So you had a little flex, but you still felt safe in it. Heel lockdown, I had no issues whatsoever when it came to heel lockdown. I enjoyed the back half of the shoe very, very much. It was very comfortable. Now, down onto the tongue was very, very comfortable as well. Now, the tongue, it wasn't like crazy padded. It was just very comfortable. It's more padded in this top half right here, the part that sets against your skin. And then it gets a little bit thinner as it narrows down, as it tapers down. I thought that was a good idea. It almost looks like a neoprene, but it isn't. It's just a little bit thicker than neoprene. Breathability wasn't the best. I wish they would have ported it out because the sneaker's light. It would have made it even lighter. Thought they should have did that, but other than that, there was no complaints on the tongue. Now, down to the laces. Laces are your regular rope oval laces. Nothing to write home about, but they get the job done. Now, down onto materials. I wasn't sure about materials when I first got this sneaker. I wasn't a huge fan of the way they did the toe box. They kind of gave it like a toe cap on the front, but the back half of the sneaker, I liked it. And the materials just felt really good on foot. It conformed to my foot very well. It's pretty much made up of a mesh, and then it has a layer underneath that. I'm not sure what that material is. There's a few ports throughout it. You'll see in the B-roll, you guys can see the small portholes throughout the sneaker. And then there's some on the side on this black leather piece on this side, and this black leather piece on this side. If the camera does not pick them up, trust me, they are there. Now, down into the toe box. The toe box is kind of the part I worried about, but once I got it, it feels pretty reinforced. It feels thicker than the back half of the shoe, which I like because, you know, you get creasing, ripping right here where the toe flexes, right in that spot. Not much flex to the shoe if you're wondering on that part. As you can see, it's kind of hard to flex it. If I use all my force, I could do it, but then I'd probably just crease it more. And one thing I didn't like is the PG5 had this like leatherish material on it up on the it was on the front half of the shoe, and for some reason they brought it back and they put it on these black tabs right here, right here, right here, which it isn't really a big deal. Last time it was up in this area and it creased a lot and it cracked, and I seen a couple guys have issues with the stitching coming out. Mine had a little bit of stitching coming out, and right when I ordered them, I didn't even play in them yet. Mine still had a little bit of stitching issues. But other than that, wasn't that big of a deal. I'm glad they put it just on a few small parts instead of using it all over the shoe. Now, one thing they did do is they put it on the tongue area where the laces lock down. That material is right there as well, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna rip. It doesn't feel as cheap as the other material. It feels like they thickened it up a little bit. They knew they had an issue. It feels like better leather when it comes to these lace locks right through here. Now, also, there is a few synthetic hints on this sneaker. It wraps around back through here. The hits right here and up through here, which I don't mind synthetic hits. I think it holds the sneaker stitching together better, so I'm all for synthetic overlays when it comes to being on a basketball sneaker. I think they last a little bit longer as long as it's done nicely and there's not like glue marks all over. I actually like synthetic on my sneaker. Okay, now down on the support and lockdown. No issues whatsoever with support and lockdown. I didn't have issues on the 3s. I didn't have issues on the 5s. I didn't have issues on these 6s. Support and lockdown, no issues whatsoever, guys. If that's a big thing for yours, go out and get you a pair of the PG6s. Now, down on stability. I wasn't sure about stability with this sneaker at first. The PG5 had a small outrigger, and I think the 3 did too. I can't really remember that well if the 3 had the outrigger or not, but the PG5 did. It had that small outrigger right here. So the base of these is a little bit wider than the PG5s, and it's a little bit wider than a few other shoes that are on the market. It was kind of like the Jordan Zoom Separate. So if you like that sneaker, I think you would like this sneaker too. And so yeah, with stability, nice, stable, no issue with stability in the PG6. Now, down on to probably my favorite part of the sneaker is the cushion. The cushion is the Nike React foam, and it actually feels like Nike React foam. Now I think Nike's heard all the complaints. Every sneaker reviewer complains about Nike Basketball React. The LeBron 19 lows had great React. These have great React. Now, if the KD 15s really have great React, probably going to be a hell of a shoe because it has a Zoom Strobel in it as well. But I was excited when I found out they were using React on this PG6. Was main selling point for me, main buying point for me to go get this sneaker. I love playing in React. And fortunately, the back half is very well cushioned. It's not too caged. Right through here, there's a lot of caging. But other than that, you can see there's not much caging in the back heel. In the front, feels comfortable, but at the same time responsive. You get more response than, say, if you had the Strobel in it, say if you had the Zoom Air in it. I just feel this sneaker would have been an instant knockout if they put Zoom or a Strobel up in the front of the shoe, kind of like on the Nike GT Run or like the Kyrie Infinity or the Kyrie 8. I think the shoe would have been crazy nice if they put that in the front of the shoe, but I get it, the shoe is like 110 bucks. Might have been 120, I'm not sure. I have to look that up, I forgot. I got mine off StockX. I think I paid like 140 for mine. I just wanted to get them in earlier than the release. Now, down onto something else with the PG line. The 3s, I had great traction. The 5s, I had excellent traction. That's like Kobe 9 traction. They use the same freaking traction. I'm not sure if they use the same rubber, but I have to get the Kobe 9s in just to kind of see the comparison between the PG5 and the Kobe 9. But this has very nice traction. The 6 as well has nice traction, just like the rest of his line. I don't know if the 4 has it, but I've heard good things about the 4. This has good traction. I went to the gym, tried them out on a super squeaky clean floor, and it absolutely stuck like glue. But when I went into the other gym, it did pick up a little bit of dust, which is unfortunate, but every shoe damn near does it. It's something that us hoopers, if we're buying a shoe, we kind of know what we're getting ourselves into. You're going to have to wipe. If you're a guard, you're doing quick moves, you know you're going to have to wipe eventually. But this shoe picked up quite a bit of dust, but it was an easy wipe and go. So I really enjoyed the traction on this sneaker. Now, down onto what I recommend the sneaker. Yes, I would recommend this sneaker for any player, any position. If you need heel impact protection, it's there. If you need forefoot impact protection, it's there, but it's not like, if you really need something that's soft, squishy, you might want to go with a different shoe. That's the only person I would not recommend that to. So if you're looking for maximum heel impact protection on the front and the back of the shoe, you might want to go with something more like the 19 lows or the GT Jump, something like that. But if you want a little bit of response and comfort at the same time in the front, this is the sneaker for you. This sneaker is absolutely nice. I think it will last longer than the PG5s did, just with the materials that they used. I mean, they're not the best materials, but they're not like as cheap as the PG5s were put together. But they were both fire shoes. But yeah, guys, I would definitely recommend this to anyone playing. Don't matter if you're a guard or a big, and the shoe feels very light. Let me get a weight on that real quick. I'm gonna say 12.9. Lighter than that, 12.3. So like I said, the sneaker is pretty light. Probably one of the lighter sneakers in my lineup right now at the moment, because I've been playing in the Zions, I played in the 19s, the 18 lows, I've been playing in the Currys. Currys are pretty light, but this is one of the lighter shoes in my bag right now at the moment that I have in the bag. So yeah, guys, with the weight, I think the PG5 actually might have been a little bit lighter than this, just because of the cheaper materials that they use. And this is just up a little bit higher, I think, because of the React and a little bit better materials than what was on the PG5. So guys, this is my rundown of the PG6. If you like basketball sneaker review videos, if you like stuff like that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Sold Out. Peace.